I was in the Goldman Sachs internship class of 2013 within asset management, so this was a good 7 years ago. I was in my second year of uni, and luckily back then university fees were only £3,325 per year. The £10,000 earned over the summer internship was also tax-free since I didn't work part-time, and it was also below the 11 grand taxable income threshold for that year. As such, earning £1,000 a week over 10 weeks in the summer was enough to pay off all of my student debt. But that's not what I did with the money. When it comes to living and working, there are a few important expenses we need to keep in mind. These include rent, travel, food, clothes, and things like going out and other random purchases. So let's tackle the first one, rent. Fortunately, I was staying at home, which was a 24-minute commute into work. Not bad, right? As such, I saved a ton of money on rent by living at home, whilst most of my peers were spending around £200 to £400 a week on rent. Next, we've got food. During my internship, I was fasting for Ramadan for 4 weeks. It goes without saying, I saved money on breakfast, lunch, and midday snacks, which actually can add up to quite a fair bit, especially when you're based in the city where prices can be extortionate. The other 6 weeks I spent money on food and snacks as per usual. Then we've got clothes. You don't want to start an internship looking like a mess, and so it's important to invest in 2 or 3 decent suits and enough shirts to keep you looking fresh every day of the week. Now, I didn't go and blow thousands of pounds on designer suits. I went to the standard TM Lewins and Charles Tyrwhitt's, which did more than enough to have me looking presentable for my 10-week internship. I didn't spend more than £1,000 on clothing for my internship, and it's important that you don't get carried away either. You're going to secure a full-time offer based on your work rate and the relationships you build as opposed to how fly you look on your internship, so keep that in mind. Given I lived in central London and my commute was pretty easy, my travel expenses remained pretty low as well. I bought a monthly travel card for around £120 a month, and so over 10 weeks that set me back around £300. My general weekly and miscellaneous costs on food and other random activities would be around £100 to £150 a week. So over the 10 weeks that came to around £1,000 to 1.5k. And so with £1,000 spent on clothes, just over £1,000 spent on expenses, and £300 spent on travel, I was left with just over £7,500 at the end of my internship. If I wanted to, I would have spent it on meaningful purchases at the time, but in all honesty, there wasn't anything I needed or wanted per se. As a result, I just whacked it all into my savings. The reason I'm telling you all this is because I know many of you are currently in the middle of your summer, albeit virtual, internships. My personal advice to you, given you'll be earning more money over this 10-week period than you'll likely have ever earned before, is to be smart with your money. Don't go wild, treat yourself, save some, invest some, use some to kickstart a side hustle or project, but most importantly, spend it wisely. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you check out these videos explaining how I secured my internship at Goldman Sachs, as well as a day in the life of a Goldman Sachs analyst. Don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at @Afsal_Hussein, and I will see you in the next video.